Hi there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa, and today I wanted to make a quick and simple card using the Hello Again stamp and die set from Doodlebug Design. Now, I just love this. This is so cute. You get some really cute little images there, and you can also purchase the coordinating dies. Now, I got my set from Firefly Farm in Minnesota. I will link to Trisha. She has a great little online store. Actually, it's not little. She's got a brick and mortar and online, and she has everything that you could ever think of as far as crafting and gifts. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to start with our panel, and I actually cut my panel from the largest die here, which is a Lawn Fawn set, and it's item LF768. Now, I have had this forever, so I'm pretty sure it's still available, but I did not check. So any coordinating or any die set that you might have in your stash already will work perfect. This is actually sized to 3 3/4 by 5. So that will fit nicely on our panel. So let's go ahead. I've got my panel here, and we're going to do a little ink blending. I am bringing in my Perfect Bricks background stencil from Honeybee Stamps, and we're just going to tape this down because I don't want it to move. So let's just kind of center that. If I can pick it up here, we're just going to center that on our paper here and then flip it over. I just want to make sure that my bricks are straight. So I'm just making sure the bricks are straight on my paper. We will flip that over and tape it down. Now you can either tape it on the top and the bottom, or you can tape it on the sides. I'm just going for the wider open area. Then I am going to bring in my Pinkfresh Rocky Slope, and we're going to ink this up. We're not going to really do the whole thing. We're just doing areas. That way the shading kind of goes off a little bit. We don't need the whole thing. And actually, I think that's probably pretty good there. We'll get a little bit more on this right side. There we go. Let's see what we got. And that's perfect. Just what I wanted. We will go ahead and get that off of there. And then I've got my Copic markers already all planned out here. I will list everything in the description that I used. Sorry, these can get a little noisy sometimes when I put them on the table. I will list all colors that I use in the description, along with all of my items that I purchased from Amazon, such as my foam tape or anything like that. So now this is one of the colors that I used in my flowers and that we're going to use for our hearts. So what I'm going to do here is I want to do some splatter. And we're just going to use the lid of our pen, and it's really easy. Just kind of flick it. And then you get that splatter without having to get out your ink or anything like that. And it's super simple. And it dries almost immediately because it is alcohol marker. So let's put that aside. We will do our stamping next. I've got everything all set up in my MISTI here. And we are going to bring in a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're just going to make sure that is nice and secured. And I will be using my Memento because we are going to color with alcohol markers. Anytime you color with alcohol, you want to make sure that you use Memento so it doesn't smear or bleed. You don't want your colors to bleed. So let's go ahead and get these images stamped. We may need to stamp it twice. That looks pretty good. I think we will do one more time. Let's see here. Perfect. Okay. And then leave your stamps in your stamping platform in case you want to go over it again after you color it. Sometimes I do like to do that. And while you have all your stamps aligned and everything, it's always a good idea to do multiples. If you want to make more than one card, you can color them and then just have them on hand for when you're ready to make a card. So let's go ahead and color. I don't want to bore you with all the coloring, but I will let you know that I did do just basic coloring, and always have your blender on hand too. This is 0 colorless blender, and if you make any kind of a mistake, you can always push that alcohol ink out of the way and salvage your image. So I am just going to color. And this came together so quickly. I hope everyone is having a good day. We are expecting a storm. Today is Friday. I'm not going to post this until Sunday, but today is Friday, and I think the whole world is going a little nuts. We've got Hurricane Hillary on her way to our area, and everybody is preparing. I'm just kind of sitting back today. I am already all prepared. I'm always prepared. I am prepared for anything. I am prepared for snow, rain, floods, anything. Zombies, I'm always ready. We have a generator. I have plenty of food in the freezer, and we are good. Let's see, we're just going to do basic coloring here. So I will go ahead and do that, and then we will take a look at it in a little bit. All right, so there we've got our image all colored except for the little heart in here in the center of the telephone. And I just wanted to point something out because I'm making this little heart the same color as my flowers, and I want it to be the same color as my hearts. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this open spot here and scribble some ink on my paper. And then we are going to take that die and cut our hearts out of that color. And I will have all colors listed in the description below. So let's go ahead and get this ready to die cut. And the dies line up really, really well. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got them all ready. So for our hearts, we're just going to cut them out of that and they will match perfectly. So let's take our Hello Beautiful. We will put a little piece of tape on there just to hold that in place. And I think that looks pretty centered. And then our flowers. Even easier to line up. just like that. Our telephone. Okay, let's go ahead and die cut. I'm just bringing in my little machine here, and I'm pretty sure we can do all of them at once if we line that up nice and even. Let's trim this out a little bit. That will stay. We don't need that much paper on the edge. And then we can do them all in one pass, which really makes it easy. Just like that. And there we have everything all ready to put our card together. And they just pop out of the dies really easily. So what I did here was I did go ahead and die cut extra pieces in just plain white paper so we can stack our images. I do like them to have a little bit more stability underneath that foam tape that we will be adding. I just wanted a little bit more stable and a little thicker. Just for the phone, the speech bubble, and the flowers. I did not stack the little hearts. I really appreciate everybody joining me today. If you could please be sure to like this video, comment, you know, YouTube just loves comments, and share with your other crafty friends. I would really appreciate it. There we go. Perfect. And then what I did was I just took a piece of scrap gray paper and I just cut off little strips. And I've got my piece cut here to 4 inches. We need to stamp our other sentiment on there, which I already have ready in my platform here. Get those out of the way. And I've got the thinking of you all ready. So let's just get that in there, bring back in our memento, and stamp that sentiment on there. And then we will know exactly where to put our little strip, which acts as a shelf for our flowers and our telephone. I think that's probably pretty good. There we go. Put that aside, get this out. And the memento really doesn't need like extra time to dry or anything. It dries really quickly. So now we can put our strip down on there. I'm going to bring out my T-ruler so I can get that straight. And we're just going to put a little bit of glue on there. We don't need a whole lot. We don't want it to seep out the bottom, but we don't want it to come off. That's probably good. I'm just going to turn this around so I can kind of look at it. We've got that on there. Take it down a little bit more. That's probably pretty good. And I'm just going to center that on there. I'm going to center the 2 ends. And I think that's perfect. Just like that. There we go. And now we can add our telephone and our flowers. I am going to do my speech bubble first. And I did make some extra little hearts over here just to have them ready. And I'm just bringing in some of my foam strips. I just love these. These are so nice and easy to work with because they are such a low profile. And you can take this, I've got 4 strips here. I'm just going to do it like that, and that's perfect. So let's put some on our flowers also. And then some on our telephone. Just like that. Then we can take and add an extra little one up here. And a couple little pieces on the side of the bouquet. Just like that. And that's perfect. That'll give us plenty of height on our card. And we are almost done. All we have to do is embellish. This is so cute and so quick. So let's bring in our hearts, and we just have to figure out where we want these. We don't want too many, but we want to put enough. And they match perfect because we colored it with our Copic marker. Okay, I think that's probably pretty good. I will get these glued on there. There, we've got our hearts all glued on. And I did add some of the Honeybee Stamps Birthday Bash gem stickers just because I wanted to get a little green in there. So we're also going to add some of these. Put that cover on that glue before we lose it. And I'm just using the green. I just wanted to add a little bit more color in there. You can put these wherever you want. Put one down here. And I just put 5. There we go. Then let's go ahead and add this to our card base. But first, I am using a piece of fun foam. I just want to put that on the back of there. I'm just using my tape runner. This seems to work the best for me lately. If you go nice and slow, it will not tear. And it will go on there smoothly. And it sticks pretty well. Actually, really well. Okay, so let's add this to our card. And again, I got this stamp set from Firefly Farms. Please check out their website. I love to purchase from small businesses. There you go. And we are done. Isn't that cute? And that was so easy. Please let me know what you thought. Leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.